Hello BuzzFamily, welcome to BuzzBarca. Today we'll be talking about Lamine Yamal and number 10 and his links with PSG. We'll be talking about Hull City player Jaden Philogene, Dest to PSG and other transfer news. All that and much more. BuzzBarca. Starting off with the transfer news, let's talk about Jaden Philogene, the winger from Hull City. It is reported that Barcelona are very interested in him and want him on loan. However, I don't think this is going to happen because why would Hull City send him on loan for free? They would obviously want an obligation to buy. Sources say that Hull City will only let Jaden Philogene go to Barcelona if it would be a loan for the first year, and then it would be an obligation to buy the second year, around the 20 to 25 million euro mark. In my opinion, I haven't seen much of this player, and for him to take such a big step from Hull City to Barcelona, especially being an English player, which we don't really see in a team like FC Barcelona, it might be a huge step. We're not talking about a player that plays in the Premier League. This is a division below. So in my opinion, I don't think this is going to happen, especially with Nico Williams being our number one target. Moving on, let's talk about Mikel Faye and his transfer to FC Porto. It was last reported that this fee would be around 15 million euro mark with the buyback option for Barcelona, but it turns out that's not the case. It's looking like he will be going on around a 5 million, which does not make sense to me. It's looking like the offer is around 5 million by FC Porto, which is much lower than what a lot of people suspected. Especially that we got higher offers from other clubs during the season for Mikel Faye. I'm not sure what went wrong in the negotiations or if we have a very cheap option to buy him back, but the negotiations are still going on. Moving on to the fullback position, Dest has left FC Barcelona on a free transfer to PSV. Dest was at PSV during his last loan spell where he actually did really well, but near the end of his loan spell he got injured. PSV did not want to pay the 10 million euro transfer fee for Dest due to this reason. However, it's looking like for Barcelona to be under and in the 1-for-1 rule, they had to let Dest go for free. We wish Dest a quick recovery and hopefully does really well at PSV. Moving on, let's talk about another transfer target for that right back position, Frimpong. It's looking like he is still on Barcelona's radar and they are willing to offer 35 plus 30 million in transfer fees. So 35 million up front and 30 million in add-ons. To me, this is very expensive for Barcelona, especially since Koundé has been doing really well for them in that position. And we also have other players that are willing to make that step. Along with that, Leverkusen might not do this deal anyways because they would want the money probably up front for a player like Frimpong that they can replace. And they likely don't want to replace him anyways, as they did really well with him this previous season. A team like Man City or someone else could jump in next year and maybe offer even more than 70 million for him. So I highly doubt that on both sides, a transfer could be even done. There is one more position that needs to be filled, and that is that pivot position for Barcelona. As discussed before, we talked about players like Merino and Kimmich possibly linked with that position. Kimmich is very expensive at the moment and Bayern Munich might not want to let him go, even though he would want to come to Barcelona. He has one more year on his deal, so it might be cheaper right now, but obviously we could wait for a free transfer the year after. Merino, on the other hand, has been playing well for Real Sociedad and it's looking like his fee would be around 20 to 25 million euros, which is much more affordable at this time. However, I want to talk about one more new player that Barcelona have big rumors with, and that is Amadou Onana of Everton. He is a young 22-year-old CDM playing for Everton and Belgium. He has been very impressive for both country and club so far at his young age of 22, and he fits the profile. He is tall, he wins the balls back, and he has a good passing range. The fee, however, for him might be very high because he is coming from a Premier League club. I would say Barcelona should look into this if they can make some deal done because he looks like he could be the real deal. Finally, let's talk about Lamine Yamal and his rumors of getting the number 10 for FC Barcelona. It looks like FC Barcelona wants to make Lamine Yamal the next person who wears the number 10. This is obviously something that would help the marketing side where he would sell a lot more jerseys, and it's also Barcelona's 150th anniversary, so this would be a great time for them to do it. When it comes to Lamine Yamal, he was asked about this and he said that Ansu Fati currently owns the number, but if he was to leave, he would take the number for sure. It's great to see that Lamine Yamal actually wants the number 10 and he wants the pressure. I think it might be a tad too early to give him the number 10, but I don't see a reason why not. If Ansu Fati is going to stay at the club or even leave, I think it's perfect that Lamine Yamal is next in line and he gets that number 10. Especially considering the recent rumors that PSG actually want Lamine Yamal for 250 million euros, which would break the transfer fee record that was set by Neymar at 222 million euros. Obviously, Barcelona will not accept this offer at any cost because Lamine Yamal is a cornerstone of this team for the many years to come. Lamine Yamal, on the other hand, will also not be accepting this offer, no matter how much money he gets, because he wants to stay at Barcelona long term and he knows he is a big piece of this team. PSG think they could buy any player at any time for any cost, but Barcelona are not like that. So that's gonna do it for today's video on Barcelona news about Lamine Yamal, number 10, is rumors to PSG. Jaden Philogene is one of the main new targets at the left wing position, and Serginho Dest to PSV, along with other transfer rumors and news. If you liked the video, drop a like and subscribe, it helps the channel out a ton, and see you next time. BuzzBarca.